Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am building a decently sized family home that is in a colonial style, as it's not one I do very often in the game because a colonial home is basically just a box. It's a flat box with some windows and shutters on it, and so it's really hard to make it look nice in The Sims. So I wanted to do that today. And you might recognize this build if you follow me over on Twitch. We've been building this over the last couple of streams, and I'm finally sharing it today. I do hope that you will like how this comes out. I really enjoy it in the end. It took a while to figure out the shape and figure out the whole vibe it was going to have, but I was really happy with it in the end, so I hope you will enjoy it as well. And if you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. This ends up being a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house and comes in at 143,027 simoleons. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but honestly, for that amount of bedrooms, I don't think it's too bad. It also has like a grand piano in this house. It's got some interesting extra rooms on the bottom floor, but I really liked that. But you could probably renovate it and turn some of those extra rooms into additional bedrooms. So this could potentially be like a 4-bedroom house, probably. But anyway, we were just working on the outside now. I really wanted to have some sort of dormers up on the 3rd floor. I don't have access to them. If you wanted to, you could probably fit a full floor up there. They're just decorative dormers for the purposes of this build. But I thought they looked nice and were something I often see in this style, so I wanted to include them. And I actually really liked the door I picked. It's from Strangerville. The rest of the windows and everything are from base game, and this is not a limited pack build. I probably use most of the packs in this. At first, I was noticing I was using a lot of base game, and I was like, should I do all base game? But I decided not to in the end because I really wanted to use that Strangerville door, and I knew once I got to the inside, I was probably gonna not be using only base game, so that is why it's not a limited pack build, but those are really fun to do. I had uploaded a week or so ago a house that was just using base game and seasons, and I'd like to do some more limited pack builds sometime soon, so if you have any ideas, do let me know. And I occasionally do base game homes as well. And I feel like I wrote down sometime recently some sort of starter home I wanted to do, but I can't think of what it was right now. But I wrote it down, so there might be a starter home sometime in the near future. I have so many ideas, especially because this next week, we are getting a new kit for The Sims 4. It's called Decor to the Max, and I am so excited because I really like eclectic design and like more of a maximalist style, and it's something I play around with a lot in the game. You might have seen I posted like a vintage eclectic apartment last week, and it was really funny because I'd been working on that for a couple of days on and off, and then they announced the kit that felt like it was perfect for that apartment. So I'll probably have some builds out with that, probably a build buy overview as well. And if you have any ideas for that or in general, do let me know because I'm just having so much fun building. And speaking of which, I'm using a lot more of the tool mod as well as better build buy. You can see that I'm just easily grabbing a bunch of these debug bushes without having to go into the debug catalog. I am loving having access to those mods so much. I don't know why it took me so long to get into it. When I first downloaded it months and months ago, I was just frustrated because I was so used to how I found the items, like where I went in debug to get them. So it just was a little bit of a learning curve, and so I didn't do it for a while, but I am so glad I gave it another go. Now that I'm using it, I'm really excited to continue to do so. I think it makes building a lot easier and honestly more exciting because I have full access right away to all of the items at my disposal. I don't have to dig through debug, and there's some items I didn't even realize we had or I forget about, and they're just like front and center now. So I really do enjoy that. Anyway, the front yard has pretty much come together now. You can see I put flower boxes on all the windows. We're getting shrubbery here in the front of this fenced area, and we should be getting a mailbox and stuff. Yeah, I end up using the one from Get Together, this modern one, because it looks like it's kind of built into the post of the fence. So I thought that worked. And then here I'm drawing stripes in the front yard, and I couldn't find the right color, so it ends up looking really goofy. And I was like, yeah, I'll come back to this later. I don't know how I feel about it. But this is the one time ever that the glitch of a terrain paint disappearing in the game, I was totally okay with it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I didn't really like how that came out anyway. So at some point that will disappear and I don't replace it. Towards the end of the build, I just do some general terrain paint and it's not as manicured as that. But I wasn't liking how it came out, so I thought that was fine in the end. Anyway, I am working on the floor plan now. I actually started the floor plan on the top floor, which isn't something I typically do because I really wanted to make sure it worked and figure out the bedrooms and how many bathrooms and all of that on the top floor first, and make sure really the stair placement made sense. There was more space downstairs, so I felt like it was fine, and I was going to be able to figure out that space with no problem. So I started upstairs. But anyway, we're back downstairs now, and you're going to be entering directly into the living room, and then I have the dining room off to the left side of the build and the kitchen in the back. Here I am placing down the fireplace, which is actually one of my favorite things that I did in this build. It's directly in front of the staircase, which is kind of an odd placement, but I've seen houses that have this and it's like the stairs go behind the fireplace and it looks so pretty. So I thought that was a fun way to include it in this space and also have like the stairs stay where they were and have the fireplace be a central feature in this room. So I did really like that. Also, I wanted to mention, if you hear any noises in the background, my cat he's got a case of the zoomies, and my rabbits are currently destroying their cardboard house they like to play with. So lots of animal noises going on. Hopefully the mic isn't picking them up, but if you do hear anything, that is what it is. Anyway, in here, I really wanted this space to look a little bit more formal. So I did pick these couches out from Discovery University. We have a nice coffee table in the middle. I love the platform I put the fireplace up on top of. It just looks so nice there. I don't know why I was so happy about this whole fireplace idea, but I was. I really liked it. And I'm actually going to be adding a mirror here on the fireplace. I decided to add it with tulle. What you're not seeing is how long I struggled trying to put a different mirror on there. And then it turned out it was too tall, so it looked silly. And then I put this one on instead. I'm not good at tulle. I've been using it more lately, so I'm getting a little bit more used to it, but I'm still pretty bad at it. It takes me a lot of time. It's a lot of math, and that's not my strong suit. So when I do use tulle, it takes a lot of brain power. I also wanted to mention that the pieces of furniture you're seeing in the other rooms, like the random counters in the kitchen and things like that, that's just placeholder. I tend to throw an item or two or a couple of items into a room to remind myself what I was thinking it was going to be in the floor plan. So I did that when I was figuring out the floor plan downstairs, and then I decided to start with this living room. So we're continuing to decorate it. It's almost done at this point. I wanted it to feel pretty spacious, not too overly cluttered, and kind of grand, and I think I achieved that. It's cozy at the same time, I think. I also added the tea set that came with my wedding stories in there. I think that's such a cute item. I'm glad that it's functional. I think you need to have it at like a dining table to use it properly, if I'm not forgetting. But I thought it looked nice there. You could drag it onto a different surface if you need to. But here we are in the kitchen. I do change the tiles in here a few different times, but I did use these base game countertops. I liked the fridge over on the other side of the room, and this is a really big kitchen. I do not build kitchens this big very often. I tend to build a lot of tiny homes, so this was bigger than some of the houses I built. I don't know. It even has 2 sinks. I have like a sink that you're probably using to wash off veggies, and then I have a sink over by the dishwasher that I was thinking you would wash dishes and rinse them and put them in the dishwasher over there. I can't imagine having 2 sinks, but I have seen it in some like big fancy kitchens, so I decided to include it here. We had extra room. I didn't know what to do with the counters over there. There was too many counters. Is that such a thing of a problem? But it felt like a problem. It felt like there was too many problems, or too many counters, not too many problems. Anyway, I put down the cutting boards that I always put in every build in this house because how could I not? They just make me very happy. Speaking of which, I just posted like a silly TikTok related to that. If you're not already following me on TikTok, you should go do so. I'm having a lot of fun over there. I post a variety of like things that are like trends on TikTok, some like newsy stuff, and also the videos you see here on YouTube Shorts are also mostly on TikTok as well. But there's a variety of stuff, and I'm having a lot of fun over there. I'm Miss Gryphi over there, just like I am on every other platform. If you'd like to follow me, at the time of recording this, I am just shy of 700 followers, and I think that's really cool. I've been like really slowly getting into TikTok over the last, I don't know, 6 months or so maybe. So I'm a little bit late to the game, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah. Anyway, done plugging the TikTok. We're in the dining room now. I use this big table from the Discover University pack. We have a nice plant in here. I'm going to be putting down the globe bar that came with Vintage Glamour. I think it is so pretty. Speaking of which, Vintage Glamour is going to go so beautifully with this new Decor to the Max kit, and so is Paranormal Stuff. I'm excited to kind of pair those three together. I think they're going to work flawlessly. I'm really excited about that. Like, the funky colors. That is not what I was hoping it was. I actually really wanted a clutter kit. I've talked about that at length in videos before, but I really like eclectic design and playing around with fun colors and patterns, textures. So I think there's going to be some cool apartments and maybe some tiny homes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a big house of any kind. Although if you have any ideas on how I can incorporate that new kit into something that's on the bigger scale, do let me know. But I'm probably going to keep it to like apartments and maybe a tiny house. I have some ideas. There's been some suggestions from you all in the comments lately that I think will pair nicely, but any other suggestions are always welcome. I've said that a couple times in this video already, and I say it every video, but I just love chit-chatting with y'all. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I like to make things and talk about The Sims and hang out. And I had mentioned earlier that I had built this over on Twitch. It's a really cool community over there. We just chit-chat while we build, and you get to help come up with ideas. You can suggest stuff, and it's just really fun. I like talking to everyone. That's like my favorite thing about doing this, is getting to chit-chat with everyone, because in real life, nobody I know cares about getting like a new table and a wallpaper and things like that in a kit in The Sims. They're like, okay. But I get so genuinely excited about it, and I don't have anyone else to vent to about that, or not vent, express the excitement, which is like why I started making content, because nobody in real life cared. I just needed to like shout at somebody that did care. So yeah, Twitch is a great spot for that. Once again, twitch.tv/Miss Gryphi. I should be live today. Yeah, I think we're going to be renovating the Pancakes house today. So that should be really fun if you would like to join us. I usually post on my community tab when I'm live, or I also post on Twitter, Miss Gryphi there as well. I'm pretty active on Twitter. And yeah, I've just been talking all over the place today, but sometimes my voiceovers are like that and it's a bit of fun. Anyway, we are moving on to the primary bedroom now. I changed my mind in here many, many times. I could not figure out what I wanted this room to look like. It's super neutral, and then I deleted everything, and then I put this bed, which I think works so much better. This is from Cats and Dogs. I really like the green swatch on it. Just none of the beds felt like they were the right style for the house, if that makes sense, but I forgot we had this one from Cats and Dogs, and I feel like it worked a lot better than the other ones I was using. And while this room is still pretty neutral, at least it's not beige like I normally do for primary bedrooms. It's pretty green in here. They have their own fireplace. I think it's pretty cute. And then for this house, I was imagining that there was 2 teenagers. Typically, when I have more than one room that's not the primary bedroom, I tend to do like a teen and 2 kids, or maybe a kid and a toddler. I haven't done just teens in a while, so I decided that would be fun. I really like decorating teen bedrooms. So I was imagining this kid was just like kind of like popular, and I just wanted them to seem like sort of an outgoing sim. I didn't put a ton of thought into this particular sim. I was just kind of focusing on the colors, and I really like how this bedroom came out, but the other bedroom was so much fun. Over the last couple of videos where I had kids' bedrooms, teen bedrooms, I asked for some suggestions on what other types of bedrooms I should make, because I felt like I was doing the same things over and over again, and there was an overwhelming amount of suggestions to do like a goth teen bedroom, and I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I was a goth teen. So here we are doing that sort of thing. I was thinking the sim was really into music. They have a lot of dark colors in here, some like chests of, well, not chests of drawers, like a stacked up suitcases next to their bed. I was actually putting that there thinking it was a Death Note, because I know I had a fake Death Note that I got at like Hot Topic or something in high school. There's a keyboard in here, lots of posters. We have like a big case over here that I was thinking they probably keep some band equipment in. It's just like a lot of dark color, I don't know why I said dark colors and posters in here, kind of the vibes that I feel fit a teenager, and I really liked how that room came out. So let me know what you think of it and any other teen bedrooms you would like to see. Keep the suggestions coming. I definitely listen to them, and I'm sure there'll be more rooms that look kind of like that one as well in the future, because I don't know why I didn't do that. Like my room, I didn't even have like nice posters. I would be like, oh, I want this band and this band and this band. And so I would Google pictures and print them out and tape them to my closet. My closet was just a collage of different bands. And I was also a huge fan of Disturbed. And I, instead of getting a poster, decided I was going to find the font for their logo and type out the word Disturbed as big as each letter could fit on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut those all out and staple them to my wall. So my wall, like all the way across, said Disturbed. That was the vibe I was going for, but apparently I talked too long and we're heading on into screenshots now. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.